It ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental was the last time that I ate. Food from all of the base.
But not far from where the Steelers' former homes at Three Rivers Stadium, Forbes Field once stood, we are at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Miami Dolphins and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The kicker, Chris Boswell, has it ready to go, and we are underway from Pittsburgh. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback.
Ready, break.
Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them. And boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Tua. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Here's Tua. And he's got his man on the out route. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A handoff running left is Gibson. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
All runners counting their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
And with the play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing to start the drive. McCord. Going to throw right side here. Complete. They'll go for a gain of 7. And it's 2nd down.
The gain of 7 brings us 2nd and 3 at the 7-yard line.
Operating from the gun. McCord. Throw left side complete. That's Johnson. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath him. Just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Operating from the gun. McCord. Out route and he connects with Freiermuth. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And they'll run for the first time with Najee Harris. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. McCord. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Looking to throw. McCord. He's got his tight end Fryermuth over the middle. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. Harris running straight ahead. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
No, bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. Matt Gay on for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. The kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. McCord. Going right side here, and that's complete.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McCord. A throw left side, caught by the tight end Fryermuth. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But a short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, oh, he's a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
So from the 36 now. 1st and 10. Back to throw. McCord. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. Oh, a heck of a move. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 41. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Tua sets up to pass it. And going deep for Hill. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try to throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Looking to pass. Tua. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They run again with Harris. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. To throw on third down. McCord. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Let's go.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Here we go.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Field, left. Ready?
Off of play action. Tagovailoa. Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. Jalen Waddle from a yard out. And the Dolphins go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. To throw on 2nd down. McCord. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Off the play fake. McCord. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
Tyreek Hill on the return. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control. One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Back to the air on second down, Tagovailoa. He's going to let it go again. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Mike Edwards picks it off. And the Steelers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. On first down, McCord. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
On 1st and 10, McCord. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to him, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Going to the air, Tagovailoa, dancing to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Jalen Waddle as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk.
It's caught inside the 25. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Looking to throw. McCord. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Operating from the gun, McCord. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Throwing on 1st down. McCord. He gets this one to Johnson. On the move past the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards on the play.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That swung out wide to Harris. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Boswell good with the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime and sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Take it in at the 3. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw again, McCord. Here's Johnson with a reception. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
On 1st down, McCord. It's brought in by Harris. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 43. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Back to throw again. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line.
Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front seven. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
On 3rd down, McCord. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
It's Tariq Castro Fields who picked it. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their
rush coming, and he's taken down.
Alex Highsmith making the nice play and getting the sack.
No question, that was needed by the defense because they're already trailing by a couple of scores. They had to get off the field without allowing another one. That sack on the first play, that may have derailed this drive.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Alex Highsmith in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. It's the ex-Dolphin, Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they were obviously backed up. Had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still trying to throw it. And
yeah, exactly. This is where hindsight is 20/20 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise them and catch them off guard. Instead, you've created a turnover and put your defense in a bad spot.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener.
Off-play action. McCord. Johnson's got it complete.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Off the play fake. McCord.
Again, it's Johnson.
And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris already his 2nd touchdown here on this opening weekend. And the Steelers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot. Up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Antonio Gibson, 75 yards. And the Dolphins are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, McCord fires the out route and completes it to Harris. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. McCord. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
98 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now. And here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football. And that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And some space here.
And Tua going to slide to a halt, but he will have the first down.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. On the counter, Gibson.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Let's go now.
Gibson again.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Good gain there on first down, and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Antonio Gibson.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Dolphins are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week one because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Well, that's one of the drawbacks of running the RPO. If those linemen go into run block mode, you can't throw it if they're more than a yard downfield. Looking to throw on second down. McCord. He gets it complete to Harris. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
It's a gain of 5. 3rd and 10.
To throw on third down. McCord. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up 4th down. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is going to have the Steelers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. They'll look to throw again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for week one, and one of our early window games here in week one on a Sunday comes